Okay, guys. So for the fourth time, we're gonna try to record and watch this game. It's because I'm doing this while streaming at the same time. So and my computer is not the greatest for some reason. I think it's like the graphics card or something. I have no idea because my CPU is actually really good. So could be a combination between the two. No idea. But we're gonna go ahead and try to review this game.
Chance out of anyone of what we've seen so far this year on FIFA 20. You probably ask why I'm saying that. He's already beat him in this tournament.
Okay.
And that was via
penalty shootout.
a penalty shootout, Richard Buckley.
It's all about the first 10-15 minutes in this game. If Nraseck can get a goal and put Tekkz under a little bit of pressure early doors, I think we could be in for...
So this one's interesting because Nraseck's using Roberto Carlos.
Win. However, if Tekkz weathers the storm, you'd have
this huge thing with FIFA nowadays is this dribble thing to kind of like, I call it the dribble. It's not actually like the dribble, but it's basically like this little movement right here where you just use your left stick. It's just like back forward, right?
Nraseck win. However,
back forward.
If Tekkz,
that little movement, you see how it opens up that little bit of space, how he goes upwards. That's a huge thing in FIFA nowadays.
weathers the storm, you'd have to say, in the first.
That's why people don't use Cristiano Ronaldo in this game, because he doesn't dribble quickly, you know, because of his lack of balance and stuff.
Half and can go into the second leg.
Notice how people use like Eusebio, Pele and stuff to do that kind of dribbling.
Leading or goalless, I would say that I think the guys' predictions on the couch of a Tekkz victory could be ringing home.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see the trophy in display in the studio and exactly where they are playing this game. Just behind Tekkz's seat, you can actually just see the outline of the trophy, which his name's already been engraved on it a number of times. It wouldn't be a shock to anyone if he was to go and pick up a second FUT Champions Cup already of the season. After such a dominant performance last year and picked up 3 of the FUT Champions Cups all around the world.
So Tekkz is still an aggressive defender, and then Nraseck is going to be more.
Seems to pretty much.
I think he's going to be more structured.
Always delivers. Does Tekkz in Bucharest?
Someone else that seems to deliver in Bucharest as well. It's going to be Nraseck, and he's going to get this game underway.
So I was mentioning this before my stream crashed. There's this animation here that I'm not a fan of. There's 2 different things that I'm not personally a fan of in FIFA. So this is a great play by him because I think he actually he either triggers this run or he has the right tactics considering the quality of the player here. When he makes
his second time,
I want you to watch this one thing here.
Single times the tournament here.
Before he passes the ball, he triggers a run here, right? This is very like small, intricate stuff that allows him to score this opportunity because he occupies that little open space. They don't do a great job of it because sometimes they go in a straight line rather than like if you tell them to make a run, they don't utilize the open space. But I guess like the higher tier players will. But he either triggers or the player does it himself. A run in this situation right there. You see how Eusebio starts making that run already, but he does it before the pass. So this could potentially be him actually doing it. The reason why you want to do something like that is because your right cam is pulling out the fullback. If you tell your person that is kind of on the right side in the middle to make that run, you can do something like this where you control the ball and then you have all that empty space to work with at the back. Hullit's not going to track him if he doesn't have the tactic of man mark set on, right? Doesn't have man mark, and obviously if you use man mark, you don't want him to occupy the left back position because then your middle's wide open, but it's just a good way to attack against someone.
Pretty much go the long way.
He always performs, he always delivers.
So here's the 2 things that I don't like, right? It's the drag back. I don't like that. I wish it wasn't in the game because it's kind of stupid. It's one of the most effective ways to score, but like people don't really do drag backs to score. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know? And then the other thing here is this little chase after animation that they added this year. This animation should never have been added this year. It's a terrible, terrible animation, right? There's also a different variable here where there's a problem when you're on the bottom and top side of the 18-yard box where the attacking AI just runs forward no matter the quality of players that you have. You can have 99 attacking positioning. They don't utilize the space properly, right?
He always performs, he always delivers.
He gets into this position, so watch both of the things, right? So it's the drag back, chase after animation, but watch Ronaldo's run when he does the skill move. Once he does the skill move, Ronaldo should not be running forward anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense. It's about utilizing that certain spot so you can try to finish it into the back of the net.
Tekkz in Bucharest.
Ronaldo's still running, right? Does the animation. Ronaldo's still running. He should be able to just have Ronaldo in the position because the way that you're defending the certain areas, you're not using your center back to block the pass to the middle. You're using the guy to defend against this dude, right? But yeah, he tries to pass to Ronaldo in this situation, but Pele makes that aggressive run forward.
In Bucharest as
And
well.
he's able to score. So considering FIFA 20 circumstances, it's still a good goal. Considering the circumstances of the game. It's just the two things specifically, the new defensive animation of chasing after and the drag back that I'm not a fan of. But it's obviously a good goal considering the circumstances of the game.
He's going to get this game underway. 10 minutes in, and he already leads by 1-0.
What did I say? The first 15 minutes is where this game will to slot in from close range and in the vitality kit.
Yeah, is that a sign of something? Maybe a certain team that...
Notice when Nraseck is defending, he never aggressively pushes the guy unless he really needs to, or he feels like he has enough presence around him to do it.
He wants to...
never pushes, occupies that line right there. Why would you push the guy up if you don't have that person back, right?
Give this man a call.
Yeah.
As we know, a number of esports kits in the game. Just feel like there's something to look into.
Ball roll touch, really good utilization there.
What a win it was yesterday, Richard, in the quarterfinals. A 4-3 victory against the 2018.
So this is what I mean, right? So he's using, I think this is Zebu, or no, this is Pele. He's using him the entire time, and then when he feels like he can aggressively defend, he does.
The 2018 World Cup champion MS Dasari knocked him out again in the quarterfinals, and if there's one thing you got to do again.
Takes one player out of the wall, good decision, and then
Tekkz,
also presses A or X to do the running animation, because there's no point of a guy standing there in the wall, because most of the times it never hits the wall. So you might as well get the guy running at him, right?
Lead against him. You have to win.
Because once he makes that pass, and you have this guy you're controlling at the bottom, and then this guy making the run, you're going to occupy this dude, but then you can occupy the guy he's passing the ball off to.
That first leg, or at least have something to kind of fall back on.
Yeah, you have to try and make the game as little as possible, whether that's 45 minutes left and you're drawing going into the second half, whether it's going into the second leg,
really good
and it's still only a one-leg game. What I mean by that is you can't lose the first leg 2-3, 4-0. And right now we're seeing Nraseck apply the pressure to Tekkz.
So this is a little combination right here.
And right now we're seeing Nraseck apply
the
pressure.
Ball roll touch.
To Tekkz.
So he does a little two combo right there, right? So what he does is he does the ball roll, touch, touch. So just a regular ball with the right stick, and then just left stick dribbling backwards, forwards.
Tekkz.
See the space he opens up in the middle over here? When you do this and you have good attacking players, they'll try to utilize this empty space right here, right? The only attacking AI that's not good in this game is when you're over here in this area. They don't occupy this space well. But like usually when you're in around this, like if you go backwards from here to there, and then you have a player on the outside here transitioning inside, that is like a huge thing in FIFA 20. But you know, this is just a good way to open up the space, right?
Pressure with that as well.
Dribble, dribble. You know, he occupies that space there. Now he can pass it backwards.
Johan Cruyff.
Really good play.
Right,
really good play.
Leading after just 10 minutes in our first of 2 Xbox semi-finals. Chance to double your money, $15,000 if you get to this next stage. He's through. This could be a chance for R9.
Unlucky with Ronaldo's position. I think he's offside.
Van Dijk.
Just
has to be a hero who's offside anyway. It's not going to matter.
When the ball actually got fed into his striker before he passed it on to R9, I thought he could have taken a shot there, to be honest. See that little
perfect power for that fullback
free
pass.
kick as well that he's played there. I know in one of the group stage games in the Swiss, he had a free kick in a very similar position. He tried passing it outwards.
Nice, good scoop turn.
Nearly conceded, so now he's
scoop turns in the position, the opposite position of where the other guy is, to put his body ahead of the ball.
And then you can play out from there, as I've
organized defending. He tries to. Here's Nraseck tries to keep that triangle formation, right? So if his CDMs are out of position, he'll go utilize those CDMs to put him back into position. But essentially, he tries to keep that triangle formation, and I think he probably tells his striker to stay forward.
Excitement across the studio.
So I think everybody comes back on defense because you can see that his player over here is occupying the guy on the far side, and then he also has his other cam occupying. So he just has to stay forward on just the striker here.
Makes you bit
but he keeps that little triangle formation in the middle here.
Up, so I feel like there could be a few goals in here that I need you to tally down. There's Tekkz. We'll try and bring this game all square as soon as
now he has to occupy the left back position. So over here he has to switch because you don't want to allow him to that space on the side, right? Right here you got to switch a little bit earlier But it's hard to say, right? Because he could do like a drag back and then try to use Ronaldo, right? So it's very tough to say he should have switched here because it's tough.
Studio
Makes you pick that one back up.
See, he does do the drag back, so
I feel like there could be a few goals in here that I need you to tally down. Eusebio,
it's a mind game, right?
bring this game all square as soon
Utilizes
as he
that
can.
space. Eusebio attacking AI utilizes that spot. That's not something that he's triggering, because if you trigger it yourself, they mostly run in a straight line. They usually don't like do turns to go left, like top left or top right. They usually just run in a straight line. So that's Eusebio attacking AI actually making that run.
Here's a chance now for Eusebio for him.
See, that's the one right there. So you see how I was mentioning before, when you dribble backwards, the person who's on the outside of the 18-yard box in those edge areas, they do the transitioning run the inside, right?
Bring this game all square as soon as he can.
So he's here. So you see how Garincha is over here at the top. That's the positioning I utilize. So
Here's a chance now for Eusebio.
he thinks, this is a very good mental game. This is a mental battle right here. He thinks that he's going to make that pass because that's a FIFA 20 thing, but then he dribbles forward, waiting for the transition of Ronaldo to go on the edge of this box right here because that's a FIFA 20 thing. When you get, it depends on the runs that they make and all that stuff, but if you're building the play slowly and he's just generally in that area and he's not running, he's not going to keep running forward. He's going to stay just on that little edge right there, right? But Tekkz is smart here because he dribbles forward to open up more space and time for this guy to make the run.
For him.
See? So he opens up this little gap of space, a little intricate dribbling, right?
Cuts back
Instant
inside.
pass,
There's
instant
the killer
shot.
pass, and there's R9. Just as
Let me see if he's defending.
cuts back inside. There's the killer pass.
So that's, like, it's a great play, but it's also a little bit, there's a variable there where his defender could have blocked that, AI-wise. You know what I'm saying? Because when he takes the shot, he takes it
Here's a chance now for Eusebio for him. Cuts back inside.
that moment, right? So you see how Van Dijk is more to the right side of the defensive area? He kind of pushes ever so slightly downward. So like a little bit more to the middle, but could potentially have blocked it. It depends if the animation like pops up and stuff. But still a very good goal. Utilizes the mechanics of FIFA 20 really well. That's the transitioning run that you look for. He goes forward first to wait for the run and opens up the space a little bit more. And then striker Ronaldo's in a better position when you lay out the pass and he scores a goal.
There's the killer pass, and there's R9. Just as we expected, we are in for a thriller.
Beautiful goal. I don't know what part of the foot that's come off of R9 to go into the back. Just had to make 9 simple touch past the goalkeeper and back at a level game.
It was a bit of a rocky road for Tekkz in day one of the competition. I don't think many people expected him to be in round 5 of Swiss in the position that he was in an elimination matchup, because he did go, in fact, 1 and 2.
Johan Cruyff looks really good.
Swiss, and he needed
I like him in the draft, so
one in round 4
that
against
is gorgeous. There is a kickoff variable here, but this is a beautiful utilization of the half drag back, and then waits for that run.
In Swiss, and he needed.
He knows Ronaldo's making that. This is beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. Okay, drag back. I don't like the drag back itself, but this is a good utilization of it, right?
It's too big before.
Drag back's on the spot, waits for that run, and wide pass. That's so good.
One in round 4 against
So good.
Ajax Joey, and round 5 you have to play against another USA representative. Is Nraseck back to goal? Little scoop turn from Eusebio. Scoop.
So good utilization of the scoop turn to get that angle, right?
USA representative. Is
Scoop
Nraseck
turns
back to goal?
upwards.
Little
Animation from the defender. I'm not sure if Tekkz tackles here. Let me see his bottom.
Joey, and round 5 you have to play against another
No.
USA representative. Is Nraseck back to goal? Little scoop turn from
Okay, so he does the animation from the scoop turn, yeah.
Eusebio. Scoop.
So there's a variable of the kickoff there, but it's still, there's so many variables that Nraseck did right there. That was super, super nice. Half drag, waits for the run, makes the wide pass, utilizes his space with his Eusebio, scoops into the position to go to get it on his weak foot. Very good play in general. I wish the kickoff variable wasn't a thing where like your defenders are actually stupid from it, but I think he used it really well.
To the finish. It's absolute magic
I would count like 2 or 3 huge like skilled concepts there.
from the Portuguese icon.
Beautiful goal. Lovely fake
Does he do a fake shot scoop turn?
shot.
From the Portuguese icon.
Beautiful goal.
Huh?
Magic from the Portuguese icon.
Beautiful goal. Lovely fake
Did he do a fake shot backwards, scoop turn instantly? That's why Van Dijk did the animation. Hold on. He did the fake shot there. The fake shots, he did a fake shot scoop instantly. Wow.
Full goal, lovely fake shot. Smashed past the goalkeeper with the left foot.
The fake shot animation is what made Van Dijk do that thing.
Hitting him straight back. Just after Tekkz scored, Nraseck
that could have been an animation, like, glitch there, potentially. I'm not, because I've never seen that done before. I've never seen someone do a fake shot and then in, like, 3/4 of the way into the fake shot, they do a scoop turn. So I don't know. That's very interesting.
Down the other end. And punishes Fnatic Tekkz. What a game we are in for right here, right now, on Championship Sunday, under the lights.
Can we just talk about this as well, Richard? Tekkz did not concede a goal for 8 legs of FIFA coming into this matchup. 30 minutes into it, Nraseck has put 2 past him.
So organized.
Well, talking to Tekkz,
his defense is so organized.
He was always
it was so organized, even on the kickoff. Like, that's impressive.
Who's the best person you've played against? There was one name that was ringing around. Nraseck. Nraseck. He's the best that I've played.
And of course, if there's one way to beat Tekkz, as simple as it sounds, to outscore him.
It looks like he triggers or runs himself.
Don't forget that result for Champions.
That's dangerous. That's a dangerous position.
This exact same location. 7 goals to 1, you said. Was the scoreline, and that was in a knockout game.
Tekkz is he's picking and choosing his aggressive defending. He still does it though. He still sticks to it.
After he was knocked out,
he's picking and choosing a little bit more though.
Rounds, Eusebio again. He's done so well to get round his man. Drag back. Oh
my God, his Ronaldo, just wow. But the drag back, man, it's so effective, bro. I don't like this skill movement.
Tournament. After he was knocked out.
Because look, there's 2 different ones he does here, right? So he does.
Knockout rounds.
Ooh, this is gorgeous. This one's really nice. I give him mad props for this. This one is absolute filth. Okay, this one right here. Okay.
Mike in this tournament. After he was
ball roll touch. Watch this.
Knocked out in the knockout rounds.
That's on another level, bro. That's such a good utilization of that, man. Okay.
Sabio again.
But then it's just this drag back. I hate this thing, man. But it's a good utilization of it. You know what I'm saying?
So well to get around.
That's a goal. You know what? If anything, like, I fuck with this one because of the kickoff, right? But obviously it doesn't matter, right? You take what you can get in this game. But his Ronaldo really screwed him here. He should 1000% be avoiding this shot at all times, man. 100% a goal.
No, it's in the way.
100% a goal.
But he's almost.
Yeah.
Playing Tekkz, he's almost.
That's a huge random variable right there, which is why this game is not, like, you know, just in my opinion, you know, it's a huge variable there. Because that that ball roll touch was so nice, man.
Inside the box, the elusiveness, the aloof that Nraseck is playing with.
He's just so quick, isn't he? In and around the box.
It looks a little bit lost defensively at times, Tekkz. That's a goal right there if R9 doesn't get in the way.
The ball roll touch, yes. The drag back, no. The drag back's very effective, especially with that defensive animation that they added.
They're in day 3 of the tournament, Richard, or in the knockout rounds. And Tekkz was just there playing his FUT Champions.
Well, that ball roll touch, though, was beautiful, man.
Ooh,
dribble there. Very good utilization
of that. Ready for this knockout matchup. On the other side of that, we know Nraseck hasn't been feeling too well.
Very good.
Hopefully a good night's sleep. Exactly what
doesn't aggressively push the CDM. He waits to see how he defends, to see if it opens up at some point.
He looks on fire.
So he doesn't aggressively push.
Already replied once. To expect him to reply again.
Oh, that's a great flick. That's a really good flick.
Ambitious touch for him, though, to be able to control the ball afterwards. And
that's questionable.
Just as expected. Unfortunately, couldn't keep that ball down.
Pat uses Patrick Vieira as the left back. Left back goes to occupy his general space, and now he's back to balanced defending. That's beautiful defending.
Constant pass.
So he utilizes. So he sees the left back is aggressively pushed out here, so he goes into that position. He risks it because you could attack in the middle here, right? He risks it, But obviously, it was really worth it because Alex tells or I don't know if it's Alex tells or somebody else. I don't know. Oh, no, it's Zambrotta. As he's coming back, he's utilizing more of the middle space, right? So it's good to switch to Patrick Vieira here.
Just that combination, though, Rich, isn't it? Of Cruyff into R9 and Eusebio as well.
That's good defending.
Constant pass, drag back.
Thinking the...
So let's see here. So Tekkz is using 5. So he's very, it's very basic stuff. 5 and 4. 5 and 4, yep.
I think he knows that
more width,
the way that this game's going, if he wasn't to make those defensive changes...
That's like the generic team, I think, too, right?
The first leg in such an emphatic manner that means that the second leg is away from you. If that means making defensive changes, putting your cams on, come back on defence and dropping your depth down to go into the second leg with a game still on your hands, sometimes that is what you've got to do.
So organized. How is his team so organized on kickoff? He's got some crazy thing going on there. It's opening up though. You can see it
as soon as possible.
It's tough. He does a very good job at defending on kickoff. You could see the variable of it in certain positions how it starts to open up. But he does a great job there.
It was a penalty shootout victory, as we mentioned, to Nraseck.
I think going back to the previous point as well about the defensive changes being 2-1 down, Tekkz also believes in his attacking players, that the 4 sort of attacking players he's got, he's 3 cams and he's
good
striker.
Run.
He can do damage with just those players on his own. He doesn't need...
So this one is like this tackle right here.
Cams and he's striker.
That should be get possession of the... And video game concept-wise, this should be get possession, like push the ball to the right. Attacker does animation, you defend well enough. He actually tackles, so you could see the thing here. Get the ball, transition forward, in my opinion. Video game concept-wise. I think it depends, like if his defender is more to the right side over here and he tries to tip the ball and it goes downwards, that's fine. But he's kind of approaching the ball more in a certain way where it's like, it'd be nice if he got the ball here, right? But
he can do damage with...
It's also like 50-50, right?
Just those players on his own. He doesn't need his DMs pushing up. He doesn't need his fullbacks to be involved. We've seen Tekkz do damage with 1 player, never mind 4.
Really good utilization of the shielding there.
Let's not forget as well.
Really good.
Tekkz always seems to play a better second leg as well. I don't know why that is.
Drag back.
It always seems
that
to
is
happen.
Gorgeous. That's a goal. That's got to be a goal. It's got to be a goal. That is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous.
And let's not forget as well. Tekkz always seems to play a better second leg as well. I don't know why that is.
Oh, that's so good. He just utilizes that little space that Ronaldo makes there.
Tekkz always seems to play a better second leg.
Aggressively pushes it's the defender against him. Ronaldo attacking AI-wise is going to, once you make this little thing here,
as well. I don't know why that is.
Done, right? You already have that space.
It always seems to happen.
Should be a goal.
Wow, off the post. It could have been free.
Should have been a goal.
Didn't finesse it, just a standard shot.
And I tell you what, Nicholas
can't finesse it because it's not consistent. You can finesse that, sure, but it's not consistent. There's a reason why he does the power shot. I think this game was before the patch, so hopefully the new patch, that finesse shot could work in that position. I think it depends if they did it the right way. Basic thinking, yes, he should finesse it. FIFA thinking, the way this game works, you can't say that. It's not consistent.
Nraseck has got every right to be annoyed that he's not 4-1 up right now. R9, that chance right there off the post, the one that he caught offside from, still looks super focused and doesn't really seem to be phasing Nraseck. I know he's quite an emotional player.
Yeah, he just holds that general area very well.
Attack is relentless.
Uses the center back.
Nraseck at the moment. Can he find...
Interesting. I wonder if he has the instruction for man mark on Patrick Vieira here. Because he aggressively pushes his center back here.
The attack is relentless.
And then his Patrick Vieira starts following the other guy. So it could be bounce, because when you're on bounce, you either cut passing lanes or you man mark. It's just really smart because he sees that he's occupying him, so he pushes up, you know?
Nraseck at the moment. Can he find Eusebio? Patrick Vieira just throwing his face in the way. And his body, if you say, saying, no thank you.
Occupies that one player. He does not switch off that one player. I don't like that. Like, personally.
You're in chip. We're hill to hill.
But he's in the general space too, so not too bad.
Stopping the ball in and around the edge of the box, R9. And he got the rebound off Hullet. Hullet just doing enough, though. There's a pause cue by Nraseck. I still just feel like, as well, there's so many German players.
Obviously, don't blame them. When they're pro players, you do what you got to do to win.
Is out there in the FIFA scene.
Just don't like it's a thing, you know?
Xbox now, we've got the like.
I also, you know what it really bothers me too? Like, I have to mention this. I don't like that they added the cursor in the game. It's so stupid that they added it. The reason why they added the cursor was to compensate for pro players because EA are too lazy to take the cursor out at their actual events because it's LAN. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, they could have taken that cursor out in general at the LAN if they set the game up a certain way, but because they're so lazy to do it, they put it for everybody online. It's just so stupid.
Abdullah Mike, who's a FUT champion.
You shouldn't be able to see the other person's cursor, in my opinion. Because they're on the same thing in this thing right here, that's why it's there.
Champions Cup winner. We've got Megabit over on the PlayStation. We've got some fantastic players there, including Mo Alba, an E-World Cup champion. And still, I just don't know where they rank Nraseck.
I mean,
he's incredible.
I'd find it very hard not to rank him as the #1 Xbox German player. Overall, you'd probably put him second behind Mo Alba, because Mo Alba did win the World Championship, the World Cup. However, you can't put...
We probably sound like a salesman out here to try and get him a club, but he's making knockouts again, Richard. Quarterfinal, stage 1.
You can't underestimate how consistent he has been. You can't undervalue consistency. Underestimate how...
Pele, Eusebio, Johan Cruyff, Ronaldo, Blanc, Van Dijk. Blanc, okay. Carlos Alberto, Roberto Carlos.
How consistent he has been. You can't undervalue consistency.
Carlos Alberto, Roberto Carlos. Roberto Alberto.
This isn't just 1 year. This is over 3 different titles. When Tekkz won in Barcelona, who was the man he beat in the console final? Nraseck.
It's a bad animation.
Throughout that year, it seemed to be like he was making every single semi-final or console final when Nraseck, wherever it was in the world, making E-World Cup Grand Finals as well, Richard, which not many players can do either.
When MS Tassari in FIFA 18 won in Manchester, who was the man he beat in the console final? You know the answer. Nraseck.
And it feels like all those tournaments you've
So this is like very conservative FIFA now from both of them, because they kind of want to have like a refresh for the second game. Because it's the second. This is only the first leg, right?
To really get in his name. Won that FUT Champions Cup, maybe to be the second German to
Nicholas
do so.
is, I think his name is Nicholas. He's a fantastic player.
Ahead of ourselves, but he's been
That's
incredible.
A beautiful
Tekkz
play.
could equalise here. Fantastic defending from that FUT Champions Cup, maybe to be the second German to do so. Of course, we still have a second leg in front of us. We're not getting ahead of ourselves, but he's been incredible. Tekkz could equalise here.
Could potentially shoot that near post.
Fantastic defending from Virgil van Dijk. Just stood strong with that left boot and just hoofed it clear, but hoofed it straight back into the path of Tekkz, who will come forward once again.
It's organized attacking it now. It's not aggressive attacking. Because Nraseck is so organized in that defense. It's so organized.
Through ball that he tries once more. Didn't go through that.
I wish I knew what his tactics were.
And even though...
Because their recording is on Tekkz's screen, so you can't see it.
If you were to look at this game in terms of odds or anything like that, Tekkz will probably still be favourite to take this game. As
good aggressive defending there.
Making a mark there down the right-hand side, but Maldini coming across and cleaning up any danger for Tekkz. It's going to be Zambrotta to travel 30, 40 yards forward with the ball. No pressure on Zambrotta at all here. He's able to travel so high up the pitch, bringing everybody else with him.
Yeah, but he gained about 30 yards there. R9's in there.
So organized.
Could have taken the shot himself. Wants to play in Hullet, though. Again, the pass slightly too heavy.
I'm going to check his width when Tekkz is attacking in the midfield. I want to see if he can utilize that fullback area.
In which, if he does end up losing by a goal or so, I'll be thinking, how have I not
Great goalie pull. Great goalie pull.
Allison just sweeping that one up.
Yeah, very it has to be very conservative attacking. It's very hard to break him down.
As I mentioned, always seems to have a better second leg. That's this young man. You said it yesterday, Richard.
Yeah,
there's one
he's
way to beat
conserving
him.
it.
It has to be over a best of one, because over 2 legs, time and time again, he's proven us wrong. I remember that Gorilla game last year. Probably one of the best games of competitive FIFA I've seen. A Gorilla against Tekkz. Could say
I never heard of
veterans
Nraseck
in the UK
before, but
scene
he's
up
a very
against
good
one of the
player, man.
newcomers. It was just an end-to-end game of FIFA. Who could outsmart the other one? Tekkz just winning that one in the end, but he had so many questions asked of him, and he continues to get questions asked.
So this is a thing in FIFA. This activates by default. You don't do this yourself, which is an interesting thing in this game, right? When the game realizes that the person is wasting time and you yourself are not aggressively pushing, your whole team will start to aggressively defend against them. So you'll notice it because Tekkz is conserving. He doesn't want to aggressively push because he doesn't have to yet. This is just one leg, right?
The other one.
So you'll notice that when he's passing, nothing is aggressively pushed yet, and then that's when it happens.
Questions asked of him, and he continues to get questions.
You see how everybody starts to get aggressively pushed? That's not a tactic the person does. The game does that itself when it realizes someone's trying to waste time. You see how everyone's starting to get occupied now? Hard to pass to anyone, right?
There we go, full time in the first leg. There is a one. The thief. Nraseck, the first person to score against him in 8 legs of FIFA. Tekkz obviously did not concede a goal from round 4 in Swiss all the way until this semi-final. We are joining in the second leg now. Nraseck be able to back up another performance again this year in FIFA 20. They matched up in the Swiss round. It was a 1-1 over 2 legs. And he had to go down to a penalty shootout in the end where Nraseck was able to pick up a huge win for him, which might be a confidence booster. He's just giving away possession. No, there's 3 players running through. Can he
really
recover
good
from
defending.
This? Will be Laurent Blanc now.
Really good defending, yeah.
Vieira can't do enough. Garincha's through. He's going to open up with a finesse. Surely Yashin can't hold on to it.
Okay, so let's see the little variables here.
Players running through.
Run straight. He's like kind of like going like this. He's going like this.
Can he recover from this? It will be Laurent
Then
Blanc
aggressively
now.
pushes it. His initial player here should be able to intercept this. I don't know why he has to switch here, but he gets the ball regardless. Let's see here.
To come over.
Okay, so this, I don't blame him because this is like a thing that happens in FIFA. You don't know who's actually going to get the ball here, right? The initial person I think should be his Laurent Blanc.
Can he recover from this? It will be Laurent Blanc that has to come over.
You see how it switches off Laurent Blanc? It should have been Laurent Blanc get the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? So he loses the ball because of a FIFA thing here. Garincha gets the ball. And then he does a regular shot. So you're noticing how people are doing regular shots because the finesse shot is not consistent. It's very, very inconsistent. This is pre-patch, so I don't know if it's better now. But he does the power shot again because it's more consistent than the finesse, which makes no sense because when you open your body up in this situation, this should be a finesse, easy goal, right?
Recover from this. It will be Laurent Blanc that has to come over. Vieira can't do enough.
That's it. That's a finesse shot. There's a person here, goalie's facing the right side. Finesse it across goal, should be a goal, right? But because of the FIFA variant where it's like a variable where it's like it's not consistent, that's why he does the power shot here.
He's going to open up with a finesse, surely. Yes,
so there's, I would say, 1 or 2 goals missing from Nraseck, and then that's 1 goal missing from Tekkz.
Hold on to it, and he could just about pick up the pieces afterwards.
I'll tell you what, he'll be thanking these lucky stars right there. Will Nraseck played a short free kick from the offside. He got caught out, and Neymar was just bursting away from Laurent Blanc.
It would be nice in FIFA, it would be nice to say he should have done this, but the should have variable doesn't exist in this game because certain things are very inconsistent, right? Good dribbling there.
You don't give Tekkz a sniff in and around the box. We saw that yesterday against Lyrics. It was that one mistake. Laurent Blanc dived in, and R9 found himself that pocket of space where he just dropped the shoulder on his left and was able to smash it into the back of the net with that right foot. I'm sure if any of you guys were following the tournament, you'll remember
Ronaldo's that utilizing that space, yesterday. Attacking AI-wise, yeah.
Tekkz, though, a very strong start, just 10 minutes in. Very close to going 1-0 up and making this game all square on aggregate at 2-2. If we are drawing over the 2 legs, we will go to extra time once again. We've done it many a times
You saw then when Tekkz did the sort of slow down, because when you do come to a full halt, it takes about a second for your player to then react back to the inputs. You saw Nraseck sprint at him, just flat out sprinted him with Hullet and disrupted the movement of Tekkz. Something he's probably looked at that Tekkz was doing and thought of a workaround for it.
It was Nraseck. His first real chance to
so
get
good,
near
dude.
Tekkz.
This guy is really good, chat.
Defensive third. That's a great ball.
Yeah.
Into Pele. Can Pele finish
That's
it? Yes,
great.
he can.
You know, you could see it before he even scores. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way he's playing, the way he's waiting for his attacking AI to occupy certain spaces is really good here, man.
His first real chance to get near Tekkz.
Look at that. So he makes that run. He makes that run, follows this guy. Ronaldo makes that run downwards, follows this guy. Look at the attacking AI movement here, okay? This is quality of player here. Look at this guy. This guy's pushing up, this guy's pushing down. This guy's pushing in the middle.
Defensive third. That's a great ball. Into Pele. Can
Runs in.
Pele finish?
I would love to know what his tactics are.
Yes, he can. Fantastic start
Splits?
once again.
Other person
From
makes a run.
Nraseck. He went 1-0 up in quick succession in game one.
Build up the play with the CDMs.
And he's been able to do exactly the same in leg number 2. That's a 2-goal advantage, Richard.
That's a brilliant goal.
That is
For Fnatic against the player of Nraseck's quality. It's going to be a tough ask for the FUT Champions Cup Stage 1 champion. But if anyone can do it, it would be this man that you'd put in that situation to succeed.
We haven't seen too much of a outpour of emotion from Tekkz, especially in Cup 1 in some of those tough games, or in this tournament where he did have his back against the wall from round 4 Swiss onwards. If he was to bring this one back and win it 4-3, I'm sure we'd see a huge.
Oh, that one's. This is kickoff right now.
Here's Hull on the edge of the box. It's a great ball into R9 all the way across. That's fantastic.
That's a tough one.
Take a bow.
So he's aggressively defending because his players are moving a certain way here.
If he was to bring this one back.
You see, it's just, look at that little space it opens up right there. He's using Hullet because he has to aggressively push because it's very hard to go back into the position from kickoff.
4-3.
I think it's like kickoff for kickoff right there, though.
I'm sure we'd see a huge celebration pour out of him. Here's Hull on
great pass.
into the box. It's a great ball into R9 all the way.
Hullet could intercept this. Let me see.
Celebration pour out of him. Here's Hull on the edge of the
could. He does it really late there. But it switches late too, because I think he actually tries to do the tackle himself to get the ball. Doesn't get it.
box. It's a great ball into R9 all the way across. That's fantastic.
These two players, brilliant so far. But you're catching the certain things that makes this game not competitive. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell they're two very skilled players.
That's the perfect reply for Tekkz.
I think Nraseck is playing better, and I think he deserves to be winning. I would say he deserves to be winning by 2 goals from what I've seen so far from both sides.
Only by a goal.
1 goal's not bad, though. But I think a 2-goal variable, consistently, logically, I think 2-goal variable would be pretty nice for him.
Nraseck to try and hold on.
I think he's doing very well in the defense.
Incredible.
I think he's doing fantastically well in the attack.
He's down that byline now. It's going to fall back to Vieira into R9, and he will reply once again. We said to expect an incredible semi-final, and he is certainly delivering.
Let me see what Patrick Vieira does here.
Will be incredible.
AI movement. Patrick Vieira.
There's a through ball into his saviour.
Oh, makes a transitioning run right there.
He's down that byline now. It's going
not going to shoot his left.
Fall back to Vieira into R9, and he will reply once again.
Very nice.
We said to expect an incredible semi-final, and he is certainly delivering right now in Bucharest.
End-to-end FIFA.
Very nice.
2 of the best players.
I've noticed so far with professional FIFA, it's a lot of giving the ball off to Ronaldo first time shot with him. He does the turnaround, but he always the way that the goalie animates himself and the way that Ronaldo shoots is always like a finish.
Blow for blow. Haymaker for haymaker.
You just can't describe the importance in that goal as well, Richard. To then go 2 goals back in front against Tekkz. 30 minutes played. And we've already seen 3 goals in this match.
Just saw there, Nraseck using an ancient chemistry style on R9. Quite an interesting quirk for him.
It's crazy to think as well, the goals that Tekkz has scored just over these 2 legs was the amount he scored in this tournament up until this game. Nraseck being able to find the back of the net 4 times across these 2 legs coming into this match. We have to remember Tekkz did not concede in 8 legs of FIFA.
Wow, driven shot. Driven shot far post.
Just to try and tease.
Or near post.
Van Dijk found the little pocket of space, and Alisson able to make
more attacking oriented Zidane. Okay.
Tekkz's point of view now.
So I think Zidane's also medium high, long ball for runs.
Attacking changes there for Tekkz as well.
Yeah, long ball for runs.
4-4-2 and Zidane and Zidane coming on.
More attacking oriented Zidane. Balance on the left mids and right mids. Okay.
Who's predominantly more of a defensive midfielder, and Zidane.
Good switch.
Can offer you
2 goals is going to be tough against
like the change and
against Nicholas. I think his name is Nicholas, right?
The catalyst for a Tekkz comeback here.
Lucky enough, Vieira able to do the job. I think Rajat
good transition, very good transition.
Try and shut this half out and get me into half time with that 2-goal advantage. 4-2. The German does lead at the moment. Seems like Bucharest is the place in which he will play against Tekkz, and 9 times out of 10 get a result against him.
You see a little nod of the head there from Nraseck. Just to sort of assert yourself a little bit more in this game. Every decision seems to go in Nraseck's way right now. The throw-in, the free kick.
Get another one as well.
Wow, that was a really good dribble there.
This will really question Tekkz.
Off the ball movement. That's
into R9. Alisson just off his
wow,
lines.
that was like, I think he used manual goalkeeping there.
Get another one as well. This will really question Tekkz.
Oh, what he sees the switch with the center back. Center back pushes up. He can go back and use Ronaldo.
Cruyff could be through into R9.
Manual goalkeeping, very impressive.
Alisson just off his line.
It's more okay this year because you get stuck there, you know? Because if he shoots that far post, he scores.
Or near post. From Nraseck, but again, all the 50-50s.
I can't say that specifically because it's not consistent in terms of accuracy.
Are going the Germans' way.
He's going to come straight back at Tekkz once again.
This one-touch passing is really, really nice to watch.
Oh, no, and he's going to be through.
Ball roll. Smart. Ball roll touch. Yeah, you have to do the... He timed it too early, but the reason why you do the ball roll here is because the goalie slides to his side and then it opens up. That's why Tekkz goes into the net instantly, because he knows that if he pulls his goalie, he knows that Nraseck's a good player, so he's going to do that specific animation, right?
Round the keeper, can't get round him.
Alisson does a great job on the floor, actually.
He's going to be offside anyway, it's not going to matter.
The way that it's just pinging the passes on the edge of the box. Everything has a purpose. Everything's quick, snappy. The game is a real joy to watch right now.
Really is probably one of the standout matches we've seen all weekend long. Added time at 3 minutes, quite a generous allocation of added time in.
Wow, good aggressive defending there.
Nraseck, though, once again, whether it's Laurent Blanc, whether it's Virgil van Dijk, it always seems to be the right decision defensively for him.
2 absolute units at centre-half as well. 6'4", the pair of them.
You know what, you might even get one more chance as well.
A little bit of animations right there.
Fortunately, Van Dijk will clear that one into Nraseck, and more importantly, bring this first half to a close. Just play a number of times in this matchup. 2-goal advantage, Richard. And he's 45
or triple two. A good aggressive attacking formation.
And stopping Tekkz from not just getting his name on the trophy. It will mean that we will have a new winner.
That's the question, though. Is it an upset?
Over center.
Is it just 2 unbelievable players going against each other?
Center.
A little bit like when you had Nadal and Federer. When you had Phil Taylor, Raymond van Barneveld. You had 2 players at the top of their game in their individual sports, playing against each other. At the end of the day, one's got to win and one's got to lose.
Stay forward.
More often than not, when we've been in knockout football, it's been Tekkz who's been the winner. Yeah. That's why some people would say this is an upset, but for Nraseck,
it's not an upset. It's a very balanced game. I think Nraseck, he deserves to be winning for sure.
He'd be disappointed if he went out right now.
Especially after taking out the Sari yesterday as well.
What is this, like Xbox Finals?
Name, if not one of the biggest names in competitive FIFA right now.
Let's just talk about that as well. Dasari and Tekkz, he'll have knocked out back-to-back rounds.
And he'll be feeling on fire going into that huge console final. And we're waiting for a Brazilian in there. NSE Vinny or Gabriel. We have to say this again.
So you see his tactics here, the fast build-up. Look at how his team is set up now. His person at the very, very top is more free now, and it's fast build-up, so they push more against the back four. So the reason why he has stay back while attacking and cover center defense and cover center for the CDMs is because if he aggressively pushes any of those top four players making those runs, from the left cam, right cam, striker, he can go back, transition to the CDMs, and work his way from there, right?
Again and again and again. If Tekkz goes out, we will have a new FUT Champions Cup winner. It will be 5 names on that trophy. Of course, there's the potential for 4 players to go there and win it.
You risk it a little bit on the defense, though, because your middle tends to be a little bit more open because you don't have the cam, the central cam.
Left in this match.
Offside trap a little bit.
2 goals behind.
Probably has to do it like 1 or 2 times here, too, probably.
This is Tekkz we're talking about.
It's 2 goals, right? So.
But Nraseck has not put a foot wrong. Lovely
Great
ball
pass.
Into Cruyff.
Doesn't aggressively push there because he knows that's the area, right? So when you're here, once you see your person stops there, but the defender's there, they'll do an auto interception if you try to force his pass. So he doesn't force the pass here; he goes backwards.
Into Cruyff. Could this be a 3-goal advantage for him if he can just find that
doesn't
killer
force
pass
it.
in and around the box?
That's a good play there.
Cruyff does so well just to suck out Maldini. There will be space now in the back. There's that space. Pele turns back inside. Huge save from Alisson.
He does like this sharp touch here. I wonder if he's holding R1 here.
Space now in the back. There's that space.
That one. You know what I'm saying? Like that might just be like it can't be R trigger because then he would do more emphasis there. He's using the left stick there somehow.
Pele turns back inside. Huge save from Alisson.
What a save from Alisson. Another pause here by Tekkz. Putting those cams on stay forward.
Yeah. Keeps one of them on stay back, yeah.
Well, the fullbacks, I think, on you see him there. Not on stay back or attacking anymore. It's got to be another change. Mbappe's been introduced here at half-time for him. Zidane as well brought on. I wouldn't be surprised to see Neymar come off potentially. With Pele on at left back. Surely that's sort of looking towards a 3 at the back. Carlos Alberto Van. Surely that Dan attacking backs on stay forward. Listen, another pause here.
Ah, smart. That's actually kind of smart.
You see him there.
He sticks with the 3 at the back formation, but then he has an extra attacking presence with Pele unbalanced. That's not a bad play.
Got to be another change. Mbappe's been introduced here at half-time for him. Zidane
actually
as well.
Really smart.
With Pele on it.
Yeah.
Carlos Alberto Van Dijk.
Because he has him unbalanced. And with aggressive tactics, he's going to push up.
He's going to be Pele left back for the get-go.
It's really smart, actually.
Made. It's a sacrifice to the defender for another attacking change.
Yeah, has to.
Corner to come in from Nraseck, who is still a free agent somehow. He's made 2 events already. Could be an esports jersey he could have worn across those 2 legs. Especially into day 3 in this one as well. Laurent Blanc of all people.
Now it's like if he concedes, like it's just a matter of like having to, like if you concede, you concede, but you have to aggressively push. I like that he does that. He doesn't, Tekkz doesn't save face. You have to commit. You have to try to get the dub. I see so many pro games where they save face, and I hate that. Like if you lose by 2 more goals, it doesn't matter. Lose by 2 more goals, go for the win.
Yeah, the next goal scorer is everything. If Nraseck scores,
RB touch right there.
It'll kill
attacking AI. Ooh, could get lucky there. Ooh, that is so composed.
It'll kill the.
That was nice.
The energy as well of Tekkz, because right now he feels like he can get back in this game.
Oh, that's a bad animation. That's a bad animation.
The match winner, Pele. Can he get it past?
Scores a finesse though.
Yes, he can.
Huge emphasis to touch by Van Dijk here.
As well of Tekkz, because right now he feels like he can get back in this game. Oh, that's an awful touch.
That's why when I play FIFA, I do not risk that. I just kick that ball as much as possible.
This could be the match winner, Pele.
That should be consistent.
Can he get it past Alisson? Yes, he can. And you just saw the outpour of emotion from the German Nraseck final.
That's so tough to turn around. So tough.
This is what we expect to see. Tekkz straight in.
I love it. I love it. Doesn't save. He
There
doesn't
really
save
is now or
face.
never.
Good.
Everything out for him. He has got time. He's got 3 goals though to get against a player that has been really sound defensively as well.
This is no shock right now either for the change that he were going to have to switch to a free at the back.
Yeah.
He would have liked to do it a little bit later in the game with not 25 minutes left.
I just want to address this as well, Richard. The way you beat Tekkz is you attack him and you score goals against him. So many players that have played against Tekkz and have tried to come up with game plans of, I'm going to sit back this game, I'm going to try and see out a 1-0. The way you do it is you've just got to constantly attack and attack and attack it.
No. His organized attack and defense is what's beating Tekkz right now. It's not just a matter of only attacking. His defense is super... It's not even narrow. I think he has it on 5. He could potentially have it on drop back. I'm not 100% sure. But look at the way that his defense is set up right now. He has the one striker that stays forward, but he always keeps the balance of the triangle with the 2 CDMs in cam, and then the left attacking mid and right attacking mid occupy that extra runner on the sides.
And keep him guessing and outscore him. Simply the way, and Nraseck did it back in Bucharest for Champions Cup 3 last year. 7-1.
I think Goal Machine had a game as well against Tekkz at an LQE in London, where he did a very similar thing. He just got at him. He got early goals against him.
Because Tekkz will reply. You saw him reply.
I think regardless, he's the deserved winner, man. I think he's been brilliant this game. I think
all the respect in the world to the young man.
I don't know. It just reminds me so much of like Antonio Conte, you know.
In the last 12 months,
obviously 4-2-3-1 and stuff is like the generic formation to use in this game, but
20 minutes away.
The way that he's occupying space
from knocking out one of the household names here in Bucharest, Romania, and will also mean that we will be seeing a new FUT Champions Cup winner, a new name on that trophy.
Yashin is the goalie, eh? I wonder if he's good. I think Tekkz may have team press right now because every person's occupied, so Nraseck has to just pass it anywhere.
Headed out from Allison, and that ball turned back over to Nraseck. He's got to be dreaming right now.
I think this is one of them, Richard, as well. Coming into this, we know Tekkz didn't concede in 8 legs of FIFA. We know Nraseck's a very
that's such a good
player,
pass.
and he's looking for a 6. Is he going to find one?
That's such a good pass, man. That initial pass.
One of them, Richard, as well. Coming into this, we know Tekkz didn't concede in 8 legs of FIFA. We know Nraseck's a very attacking player, and he's looking for a 6. Is he going to find one? Allison collects that one. What a goal kick that is as well to find Pele.
Where's the runners, though? Where's the midfield runners?
3 at the back and no one's going up.
We'll be saying. Where is the options for him? He's got a lot of space there, though. R9. Back to Eusebio.
Ronaldo keeps running there.
Then Nraseck can find an answer for and get out of those moments as well. We had 4 people chasing him down. Still switched the play out, was able to find Roberto Carlos,
pass,
and this could be game over. Little dink over the goalkeeper, and you might as well write his name in the Xbox console final. Nraseck with a first-class performance.
Touch, chip instantly.
They hit him for 7 in January. Nraseck, he's got 6 already. With 10 minutes left.
Waits for the touch, but chips it instantly.
I think Tekkz has conceded
Doesn't let him
7
settle
goals in this tournament.
He wants the ball to remain in the air.
I think this is more of an indication of how good Nraseck is.
We said it. We said if there's one man that can take down Tekkz, especially this early into the game, there's not many people that have grasped the game this early on. We keep saying this. We keep talking about it.
So I'm trying to say though, man, you gotta. This is what I respect. Okay, I respect not saving face because too many dumbasses on the internet are gonna be like, "Oh my God, 6-2." You know what I'm saying? But like, dude, he doesn't save face. Like, too many people, they'll just be like, "Oh, if I'm gonna lose by 2 goals, not by 4 or 5 to try to aggressively get my plays back." Like, I respect both of them a lot. This is a great game.
He lost in a penalty shootout.
I think Nraseck definitely deserves to win it for sure, 1000%.
Last time he was here against Dolomite, it was
I think he definitely played it out better for sure.
It was a penalty shootout. Imagine if he won that penalty.
Even taking the variables of how FIFA's, I don't view it as a good competitive game. Like even with those taken out, I think he played this really well.
Shootout could have been a different story. Of course, hindsight's a beautiful thing.
Nraseck has the perfect performance right now, and he
Yeah.
No disrespect to NSE Vinny or Gabriel from R10. He will be thinking, this is my tournament. No Desari, no Tekkz, no Nicholas, no Stefano Pino, no Joxan, no Mo Albert.
What a chance he's got.
Dolan Mike out of the competition.
But
this
also,
is his
on the
tournament.
other side of the bracket, the Brazilians right now. We said about
Should be
household name
his.
value. We said about Tekkz. Everyone's scared to play against him. He's about to be knocked out of the tournament. Nraseck wants another. Will he get one? Just holding the ball up with Pele. Tekkz knows it's game over. Unfortunately, he will be crashing out the competition. Did make it into Championship Sunday. Did pick up 800 Global Series points. But unfortunately, he won't be getting his name. Nicholas looking out MS Richer. Tekkz.
Unity. 6-2 victory over Fnatic Tekkz. Job done. Him.
Great players, man. Great players. Deserve to win. Deserve to win. I like the way he plays FIFA is so smart. The way he waits for the attacking AI to transition in certain areas is so beautiful, man. I love it. I wish I knew what his tactics were for that 4-2-3-1, because his defense is very organized. He occupies certain spaces really well, and then the way that his players transition on the attack is just, it's really, really nice.